lies the home of the Ekwamu Mahine and his mother, the Ekwamu Mahima, for whom we are here gathered, the Nana ARRAKOMA II. Nana ARRAKOMA was installed 55 years ago, and today, this very Saturday, marks the Delbar to climax this very occasion. We are here as Heritage Train to bring you sights, sounds, whatever happens here, we'll surely let you know, so just stay tuned.
Akwamu is one of the highly respected traditional states in ancient and modern Ghana. Oral and written history credits Akwamu with originating most of Akan ceremonies, political, military and religious systems. Akwamus were originally in southern Sudan around the Niger Bend in the 11th century and moved to the medieval Ghana Empire in the 13th century. After the decline of the medieval Ghana Empire, they then migrated to the Kong Mountains in present-day Ivory Coast. From there, they moved into present-day Ghana and settled first at Wan in present-day Brono Ahafo in the same 13th century. Under the leadership of Otumfuo Agyenkokobor, the Akwamus moved southwards to Hemang. They carried with them the famous black stool, Amampong Kofi. It was here that they established the first forest state of Hemang in 1505. The people were then known as Chifo. They later moved on to Abakrampa. They migrated southeastwards under the leadership of Otumfuo Asare, who is credited with the foundation of the first capital of the Akwamu state at Asaremankese, now corrupted to sound Asamankese. It was during their passage from Abakrampa to Asaremankese that they came to be called Akwamus. The Akwamus later moved on to Nyanwaso or Nyanwase, where Otumfuo Akotia, the seventh ruler, founded their new capital. After developing a strong political, military and economic foundation, the Akwamu Empire expanded from the central region of today's Ghana to Wida in the modern Republic of Benin. Under successive kings, the empire flourished until 1730, when the joint force of disgruntled subjects of the empire and external forces dislodged the Akwamus from Nyanwaso. Some members of the dynasty were mysteriously aided by wild pigs to cross the Volta River at Ampoku and settled in the Volta Gorge, where they established their capital at Akwamufie and revived Akwamu political and military structures, customs, as well as traditions till today. A person whose life and career present many interesting facets was Nana Asumeni of Akwamu. Said to have been first employed as a cook in the Danish forts at Accra, after learning the white man's ways, he established himself as a trader at Accra and acted as a broker for Akwamu traders who came there to trade with the Danes in the Osu Christianborg Castle. Later on, Asumeni was chosen to carry out Akwamu's revenge on the Danes. After successfully executing his orders, he became the Akwamu governor of the castle in 1693. Akwamu-Danish estrangement had started at the end of the 1670s, when the latter assisted the people of Accra to foil an Akwamu attack on them. The Danes were never forgiven by the Akwamu, and in 1693, Asumeni, who was familiar with their strength and weaknesses as a people, led a group of 80 Akwamu men into the castle. The Akwamu deceived the Danes into believing that they had come to purchase firearms. By a clever ruse, they were able to load the guns with bullets, which had been concealed in the folds of their cloths. Their guns were quickly turned on the Danes, who soon surrendered. The Danish governor escaped, but his less fortunate countrymen were led captives to Akwamu. Asumeni, now governor of Osu Christianborg Castle, did all he could to induce European traders to accept the change of ownership by extending his friendship to all traders, not excluding interlopers. He saluted all ships which approached his castle with his cannon. Captain Philip, who dined with him in 1693, seems to have been much impressed by his comportment and his hospitality. Although his attempts to behave like the Danish governor lent a ludicrous impression to his behavior, he did what, in the circumstances of the time, he considered best. At dinner, instead of dressing as an Akwamu representative, Asumeni is said to have donned the full dress of a Danish governor. But while the new governor was immensely enjoying the duties and rights of his new role, negotiations which were going on between the Akwamu capital and the Dutch were soon to deprive him of his position of honor. In August 1693, the Dutch at Elmina asked the agent at Accra to investigate the possibilities of the sale of Christianborg Castle by Akwamu and himself, and thus to develop a lucrative trade with interlopers and promise to fulfill all the formal obligations of the Danes, namely, to pay the requisite rent. But the Akwamu king, Beiswa, would not part with his new acquisition. The furthest he would go was to allow the Danish captives in Akwamu to be ransomed and to promise not to sell the castle to any European nation other than the Danes and the Dutch. At least, however, Beiswa allowed himself to be persuaded into returning the castle to the Danes. In addition to the booty of goods and gold valued at about £1,600 sterling, the ransom price of the captives, the Akwamu capture of the castle, brought over 100 marks of gold into the national kitty. Although the successful negotiation for the return of the castle ended Asumeni's career as Akwamu governor, it was by no means the end of his active life on the coast. Relying on the friendship and the contacts he had forged during the period of his public life, Asumeni set up his private business some years later at La, a few miles from the castle he had commanded, and was able to divert Akwamu traders to himself and thus to develop a lucrative trade with interlopers. In 1700, the Danes made an unsuccessful attempt to force him out of La, but later representations to Ado, the new ruler, bore fruits. Pressure from the Akwamu court forced Asumeni to move his businesses further east to Great Ningo. It is uncertain whether it was further pressure from Akwamu that made him eventually wind up his business in the regions. What is known is that in the year 1703, he was the chief of Uma, a town on the road to the Akwamu capital. His prosperity as a trader is reflected in the manner in which he lived. Asumeni built himself a palace on which he mounted a few cannons, and when the occasion offered itself, he appears to have indulged in his favorite pastime as when he was the Akwamu governor in the castle on the coast. On occasions, he saluted prominent foreign visitors with a few cannon shots, as he did in 1703 to a visiting Dutch delegation on its way to the Akwamu king. After 1704, Asumeni disappears from the European records and he is nowhere to have been heard or written of. It is certain that he remained influential and respected in the state throughout his life. Asumeni's life and career were a mixture of public spiritedness and private enterprise. Although he would have gained much from continuing with his trade, he was prepared to do as his ruler advised in order to bring about the greater good of his state. He sacrificed his private interest for the benefit of the lasting glory and influence of Akwamu. In March 1964, after the final funeral rites of Nana Ikea Ansa, the then Queen Mother of Akwamu, our celebrant, Ya Wama or Ata Penyi, as she was popularly known, was installed as a successor at the age of 18 with the stool name Nana ARRAKOMA II. Though she at that age didn't really understand the task ahead, she gladly accepted the responsibility to serve her subjects and has never turned her back on them since. Having been on the stool for the past 55 years, she is considered one of Ghana's longest-serving queen mothers and has been very instrumental in the development of Akwamuman, mentoring many women and queen mothers across the country. She has also served on the Ministry of Gender and Social Protection's Anti-Human Trafficking Board. Her charity works and the love for children and the aged cannot be overlooked. And indeed, Nana ARRAKOMA's New Year's party for the children in Akwamufie of the past 10 years is something every child eagerly looks forward to. During the Buzia regime, Nana ARRAKOMA successfully petitioned the then Education Minister for Akwamuman Senior Secondary School to be accepted as a government school. Though faced with a lot of challenges, Nana ARRAKOMA has served Akwamuman and the country as a whole honorably for the past 55 straight years. 55 years of continuous dedicated leadership and service to Akwamuman is what Odineho Kwafu III, Akwamuman Hene, sub-chiefs and their chiefdoms, and the whole of Akwamuman and Ghana at large celebrates today. Like previously mentioned, Akwamu is credited for the establishment and institution of many of the Akan rites and military practices. Doma is one such kingdom that has very beautiful and ancient ties with Akwamuman. Doma and Akwamu royal families are of the Aduana Ebusia. After Otumfo and Sasasrako I joined the ancestral world, a series of succession disputes arose. To avoid a looming civil war, a section of the elders of the Adontin division decided to join the Queen Mother, Nana Mpobia, to leave Akwamu. A large number of the people and royals, for the sake of love and peace for their state, those who love their state, joined them to establish the Do Manfo Doma states. The first place where these peace-loving people chose to stay was Awawinsu, which later became Akwamu Awawinsu. From Awawinsu, they moved on to settle at another spot, which was named Nyanase. Here, it is said that the Queen Mother of the Trifohiman met the immigrants and demanded to know from them the extent to which they were traveling. Spokesman of this group is said to have answered, "We are from Akwamu, where we are faced with a dispute over the installation of our chief. We are Domanfo, and we have decided to find a new place of habitation." Domanfo means people who love their people, or a peace-loving people. Because they were peace-loving people, they decided to relocate instead of engaging in a civil war. Doma and Akwamu continue to accept each other as blood relatives. In 1960, the previous Akwamuman Hene Odineho Kwafu II and Doma Hene Osajifo Ajimambedu I issued a joint declaration to rekindle blood ties between Akwamu and Doma. Till date, Osajifo Osiadeyo Nana Ajimambedu II, the current Doma Hene, and Odineho Kwafu III, the current Akwamuman Hene, have resolved to continue to fulfill the ideals of the declaration made by their predecessors under their wise leadership. Akwamu is now reawakening and rebuilding in peace and unity towards sound economic development. Again, another such kingdom is Asante. Akwamu Hene played an important role in the life of Opimswo King Osei-Tutu I of Asante. He protected him from the dangers when he fled to the Akwamu Hene's court. And when he was called to take over the Kwamong stool, Nana and Sasasraku provided him with 300 Asafo men from Akwamu to guide him to Kwaman. When Nana Osei-Tutu arrived, he gave all the men to Kwamang Asafo Hene, and they became citizens of Asafo. and that won the Kwaman, now Kumasi Safohene, the title Akwamuhene of Kumasi. According to oral tradition, the whole structure of the Asante army that was started by Nana Osei Kofi Tutu I, which helped the Asantes through many wars, was a replica of the well-organized Akwamu army at that time. The Akwamus developed a peculiar military maneuver termed the fourfold approach, unknown to the rest of the people at the time: Adontin, Benkum, Nifa, and Chidom. The front or advance guard, the left and right guards, and the rear guard. Nana Osei Tutu I was also assisted by the Anamfor, later, who accompanied him from Akwamu in execution cases. A large number of the Asantes of today originated from Akwamu, especially people from Asafo and Adum, as well as sections of people from Bantama and Barekese. Because of the cordial relationship that existed between Akwamu and Asante, during the 19th century expansion of Asante, the Akwamu, unlike most states after the war, was never annexed by Asantes, but rather the Akwamus too became one of the allies of the Asantes too. That's the reason why during the Golden Jubilee anniversary of Odinihu Kwafu Akoto II, Otumfuo Opokuwari II crossed the River Pra to spend 3 days in
anniversary celebration of the installment of Nana ARRAKOMA II, the paramount queen mother of Akwamu Traditional Council. Nana Yima is one of the illustrious queen mothers of our dear country Ghana. It is heartwarming to see her reign for 55 years. And it is imperative that we give thanks to the Almighty God for his goodness and kindness on Nana ARRAKOMA. Nana ARRAKOMA has been a role model and a mentor to some of us as queen mothers. When I was in school 20 years ago, I look up to her for her inspiration and guidance. Her achievement as a queen mother is cast in stone. There is no doubt her name will go well in the history books of Ghana as a great queen mother. Nana's efforts in adolescent child education, community development, empowerment of women have touched the lives of many in Akomofie and in Ghana in general. Nana Yema is one of the oldest queen mothers who have reigned for the longest in Ghana. 55 years as a paramount queen mother is not a child's play. So I'd like to say a very big thank you to the people of Akomofie for the support over the years. Nana could not have achieved it without your help. Thank you very much. On behalf of the 247 the second Asante Himi, Nana Amakonedo II, Asante Hima, and myself, I would like to congratulate Nana ARRAKOMA on their 55th anniversary of instruments. We are proud of your achievements over the years. On this note, I accept to chair this roundtable and urge everyone here to support me to steer it to a successful end. I wish Nana ARRAKOMA long life. May your reign ahead be more fruitful than your years before. Long live Nana ARRAKOMA, long live the Akwamu State, long live Ghana. Thank you.
Aman homeless no dini fishi do manumi ne oduma kuma ne danase enti aketu nya brimbonge na na ARRAKOMA pe pawonim ne nkwe o chechire go brimponga wodo mangnam eduana atwa abra de aboshem ne brimpong emfi ahapem edusi anani na ofo tuo ni akofra kuja akwaman akukumbesi ni onimu ARRAKOMA fra ko wo abrimpong ni ahene wa owo hine owo brimpong na na akutu kwanko na ohemie akufumesi obia besi oti asikamere so o sikamere odi awei na infra usumu sikamere safuru kakradai abrimpom obia besi obontu akoko ni onimu akweman down akweman mamudu yo nwa woja hene wa da wase hene wa nwa woja nyaado do aso nyaado nwa woja akapempem da wase akapempem e wo se bia bi odum bia bi wasese bia bi akwa brofere bia bi onya bia bi sanyo wasese na wodo wose entika awo kasa kronkron okum kongo kwe kasa awo kasa no maritio
akra me kase bra misiso edu memfiso da ya baba pe mai adwene me ho adi adekasi be kire m'anim enso ma mpopo meti se sa wo de koma pa ne o ma ne do adi hye mu enti me so sa do no e be hye mi mu ama nne metimi atena akwam amampon ohimi agwaso emfiri aduonum enum enya nipa nyina na benya ne saa obi wu ansa ne yakan tribute obi wu ansa ne yakan wansam bi de nyame adom na na dia na nka manfo ada wo ma agina ma chi ati nyina pa me ne mankasa me ti ase ami tie ne wansam bi ni bibia beka say edikan e do de no kwa kwa bodo to so no sa ade ne mpani fo the planning committee for ase en kan ka rama ne dom won a ka woni na me da won ase se ne de won afa me me du we ya ma ba be du na ka kura meka ibe tu na nanom ahemi afo efo se wo be di himi a wo wa adu ayo wo wodi pa no boaboa wo boaboa wa busuafo ano necessary watutu ntama na wo koronko na oyo hemia asedi bebre wo ho asese na nanom ahemiafo wo som na woye na nanom ahemfo nso enne de ya midi mi fi aduonu ma wo nyina ba beboa mi akra mesre won se enne o me bia betu mpon a na gina ho masua so mesre na nanom wona wona nanom kugya won sanse mesre won se woton bi a won fan hyemofra no adesua mu na afiafi no mofra nso so yenya krachefo wa akwam yedi kwa akra bitimi nka ne bebre se me dia to de koma so se mi fi aduonu num ya mabedi ni hwi am de beja akwam man se mpese Ghana mine ni akwam mine ni obiara boa me amisi vacational school na me de to me ho adaache
ho ana wotetira kwatia wo firi ho na aba nya no ase wo bi nya no ase na be pie ha yo tina yewe wa yewu yo sa na wa be sha o tenti obro batafo eje tutu panyini mo frasuro emu adikun akoko aka bo to bi nyin panyini mo frasuro wo ye kurotu amansa jansabo afo emu aduma suro wu okuku seku mo frati dinja no eni ma mamudo jonini okore ja nkura mo agi tuo je suro je akwasepaze to apenta na esufra wo Premresi akwa wo ko ba bi na mo frɛ hu ani ye nwane wo eduma ka tibra ko bo mreka butio man ko magija de wanko bi no se yanko yehu yanke ne nananom nko ne yanto anke benya de o ade no ho moni yo ni ononanom aye na wo so wo bi ARRAKOMA abesiapa oba abesia wo gina premo so ko apremo so gi manke tachi etuo adigu ona udware guso wona wo ye nkra wasa ni nkwansa abenkwan moni yo Oba tampa unubu mutu ensanda akwamanda wasyo akosi abiri kurama se moni yo oma utiri nkwa odeno ho oyuku se chiampoma na no numu subi atifi korobia asante kotokwaje wa abirempon na nanum se moni yo odeno ho agona akoti brofo na nanum a wonko school da no ka brofo kotokosuma mponsim na nanum a woko school no anti brofo uru akoku anko no bobo no fodudu akoma mo odeno ho asuna we pema kodudu abusua wonwi amanfo apianim kwa aframu abrempon na nanum a wo fi adanse bechie bamba nso besa kasa
na asante mampo hima di training a otedwam ne na ARRAKOMA auto shopping ne yedo awoda ananomo mpanyimfo nyina ha awofie kwapememu kwapemhemia ana ahemfo kan ho baaye ananomo aduanafo mpanyimfo a efimiai aba oba besom ananomo amofigana memu nyina otuburo mu hene yedodu nsachi so ha Anomo akwamfo ani akwamuman Ghana man ya minua Berma do mahene ayire nso wa hanomo abisi do mahene anamu anuanum ni adofo saye enije dakese emaye jeri se ya maame na ARRAKOMA kasa no mote se eye na niso se ene otiase na yakin kan ho nsam akire no ya meka ne se nipa obeye bi wa me ni nyina ahena nipa bo fishia adununum ana emu bi kura na yan wo yen gedi se enyina anim nipa anim di eden nti na yenyina yehia mu ha na sania obuni bese no yes celebrating na ARRAKOMA ne life ano ya me pesa me kakakra ni si onipa bia ya wo ba wiase a obeyebi ani etwa tokura ni se obewu 1000 years kura mpo a obewu aso obeyebi na dache ifi asa South Sudan ai didi mu a bepie mu ha enye asam ketwa na yegusu kura kwaman mu eti besre se na ARRAKOMA ofishia yidi onanom ne nuanom ne adofo enyina ebe nshanso de na niema bia akoso se ne owodo manipa se na kweka nipa bomu se ne onim na busua se na nafutote yedi bi bebo yembra when she actually feel na ARRAKOMA ho kra ese usa we premier ni pa onimade efe ade efe so na niso na ade ba kra masua on ho ne o se ne opene niama ane niama nso hwe nso a ho nso twa basre eduanum na adofo se ode ese na niso ise obese usi vocational school na emofra through Mia Sebe opese wo school do actually one opese wo sua insanu juma enyina timi sua bibi umi enyina ya moa na sa vocational school na ARRAKOMA vocational institute enye kra behwe ayade a o se sinani so amede me number 1 person na me say meboa ama yesisa school no e da shena ni onyam Eriam na adofo jiri se na ARRAKOMA ho nsam de yati bebre ani ameka ena ne se aseda na mede mo bibia o ha na asante mampon hima se ujetu mu na obaye utitire ni ma yen obetre gwam obehwe se yedi egwapo yi bekoso asumwe mu ananom aduana wa ha edamu nyina ase ananom akuapema mfu amwo ha nom akuapemia ne dom edamase ititu ene osabrema ansasa sreku ya manfehene ene ebuhene medamase papa wo mo amode boa me obibia mu osabrema hadida kon eye asamanka se mi ame wo fase danase mijiri se enkomo ayidi da bia ema yanga na mon etumpon mia madamfo okukrubuo eneta ekwesi agiman dodo wahene na madamfo a odi bibia atwa yentemu a ntimi ntwada edana se papa ojumadi hu anajo anopa awia animre yebo nkomo se na ejumadi ebeye krab behwe mabusuafo nyina medamase ne wofa no mu ene minua no mu etitu medamu nyina ase mayemfo ai ka me ho Amuamunim, it's a sad note, it's a sad blocks, it's a sad bowl. Yet to Amina, Sani Abea, Ejumedi, Ebekosi, Medamun Nasi. Is it through the planning committee and so? We did say, Munina, my bomb home day. Because when my mom not, if you was say what to me phone call and ask what to me near now, I was saying at your one so now I will at your one so. One family sa Salam pe Majuma be penny. Tibebu mo go so na be ya adwuma na be ko si amame. Me da mase. Ya wi mo ntem me voice bi say ahamache me frɛ mo. Na bibia asa aba abegu mo so bio. Na me sure bibia obai, bibia o say ne mre, bibia yi sika e de boy twedi amponyame no entum mu. Na bibia mo yifi bia no. En shawo ma mo politicians am be boa yen enuanu manisifo MPP4 BBP4 obi bia oba yen nyina e da mu nyina ase yankopon enfo bia nkodu asonwe mu medamase upon medamase.
As a queen mother myself, to see somebody like her reign for 55 years on a paramount stool, as I said earlier, well, it's not a child's play. I know how difficult it is. So when I was called to come and chair this program, I said, it doesn't matter what, I'll make time and come and chair. Because Nana ARRAKOMA has been one of the longest serving queen mothers in Ghana. And to be a paramount queen mother with her status, and on this too, I know, and I know other people also know, it's not an easy thing. So I decided to come and grace this occasion for. Well, let me change it back to Chi for your other viewers to understand. As a queen mother, basically, I would say, no matter how Akonya city it's what you do that brings out your status of your stool. You might have your status in society, your status in stool. It doesn't matter how small your stool is. It's how significant you make it be. At the end of the day, you are there for a purpose as a queen mother. So your influence to your people and the way you raise your kingdom up or your town up is the most important thing. But what I can say is, if I see anybody who sees tradition as idol worship, I will say the person is lost. This is who I am. This is my identity. I'm a Ghanaian and I'm Ashanti and I'm proud of who I am. So basically, if you don't know where you're from, then you have a problem. Tradition is different from religion. If you can't differentiate that, too bad, my dear. You're lost forever. So I urge every young girl, every young woman in Ghana to go back to her roots to find out who she is and embrace it. And there's nothing as beautiful as knowing your identity. You will not be lost.
Oni obi obeboa no obi wo ho no ma akọ school akọwo baako ofo se wawie onye obi mua ne bio nanso so kosua ne nsa no adwuma kakra obetimi di abone bra ye nti na pese me de saaye no atomekuma so se obi a wo yokwa mini bapa obi a wo ye Ghana ni bapa a pese won so beboa kwaman no meboa me na me fa saaye no emmoa emabun na eba no won so da che wo de abo won bra Emma wa kuduro na mema ne pese wo kan ma ne hye so nyankopon ambo yensa se fie bia mu a begina no na fie oba ne fie a fie no enimu nti enne e pese ye kire se emma no nso ye wa kuduro a ye betimi di aye ne ese yi se ne fa bibi se obroni ba so be che human right na wo de da oba bia ye no human right because oba wu ni fie afie no enim oba bia so wo ye oba papa emma wukunu no so koso enti ese say ye ma no ye kanya ye ho ye ma mema ne nkan ye nhye ye nkanya ye ho na ye betimi aye no ye nso ye nye na mema no nso emwa ye me say what the me see him na no kura na me nim ne ye ka na me nti ase because na me ya bofra na me hu ya ne say penimfo afra me aka che me sese amre nso ba bia wo fra me ya wo ka asam na ne penimfo anete wo na me ni choice bia in fact na me bia were ho wo mi di awre ho kakra so do fee bosome air corner. Debbie, man, no me. Debbie or why I read a ho, Debbie or so any veggie. Because one another muddy and no the amount. Man, no me home. I didn't tell a man no me home. We have a frat and some penny for respecting me. And penny for soon me, penny for a then tell a man no me home. And when we pause so continue. Sani ebe ya o man no benya nkoso na man no so benya me mugidi na ya tena nika se me nu me ho da kora ameboa.
Hearty congratulations from us at Heritage Train and ZTV to Nana ARRAKOMA II, Akwamumang Hima, wishing her bliss and all that is good. Nana Hima, may you reign longer. Catch you next week. See ya.